search IBNX Radio, the Lit Network. Entertainment guaranteed. Have you laughing to your because we lit. That right, we lit. You know we lit. We lit, we lit, we lit. Toni and Duke stay lit. Turn it up, they lit. Start the show, they lit.
Oh, there I go. I can hear myself now. What is up? How y'all doing out there? Y'all, it has been an amazing week. Not really, but I'm going to just say it's been an amazing week because you got to speak what you want. You know, you got to put the energy out there in the atmosphere. If you're going through something, if you're struggling through something, just, you know, throw some positive words out there for yourself and for others around you and watch how things move. Watch how things change. Watch how things shift. Like, when I tell you there is power in the tongue, and not to just, you know, be super spiritual for those who don't, you know, follow Bible and God and all that good stuff, but just those who believe in energy, those who believe in the greater power, or those who believe in an energy outside of yourself. There is power in the tongue and the positivity of the words that you put out there. I really believe that everything that I put out into the spirit comes back into me. So I try to be as positive as I can. And I'm just encouraging y'all to, you know, try that yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's good Monday. You know what I'm saying? As y'all have prepped probably on Sunday, watched your football, hung out with family, whatever y'all do to get your week started right. I hope that, you know, y'all have had a good start. And if you haven't, hey, each day is a new day. I know people think that Monday is the only day that you can get it right, but every day that you move forward is a new day. If you don't have a good Monday, guess what? You could try again on Tuesday until it gets better and more and more and more and grow and grow and grow and grow. I have my amazing co-host with me, Duke Desdoon. This is Toni Dominique, the Lit Network. We are here every Monday night. We have not failed you yet. Unless it's a holiday, then, you know, we deserve a vacation too, you know what I'm saying. Duke, how was your day? You trying to gather yourself together? I know. I'm over here just interrupting your flow while you trying to gather yourself together. Tend to your stuff.
This your boy Duke Desdoon. Hold up, I gotta turn myself up in the volume of my headphones.
You don't have to turn up all of them. You just need to turn one because you're only one headphone.
Well, if I knew exactly which one I would have did that. Yeah, this is Duke Desdoon, the Lit Network. It's Monday. I had to get my charger. My phone wasn't fully charged, so I had to get my charger. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Had a good weekend, you know. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. It was actually really good. I got to see you do some comedy alongside with two great friends, Ashton Martin and Dakiria. Like, I definitely loved them, and it was a great night of, you know, just supporting some local comedians, and I guess not so local because it did say some people from the other states too, but it was a good time. I always love a good comedy time where I get to laugh and enjoy and have fun. So I say it was a good weekend.
Yeah, I had a good weekend as well. Worked as usual. I did a show Saturday in Alpharetta. Shout out to Derek Nicholson at the Lion's Den. That's a great venue. There's going to be some more comedy coming out there shortly, so stay tuned to his page on social media. And also Clyde Vision Films and OG Hoodrich. They got some stuff that they're doing over there on that side. That was Sunday evening. So, you know, got a few things coming down the pipeline that I want y'all to stay tuned and, you know, just support the boy, support what we're doing here at the Lit Network. Toni's also working, you know, quietly. I don't know if she told y'all, but, you know, she got a little something she working on, a little something in her bag on your ass. So, you know, y'all will see that coming down the pipeline as well, you know. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So again,
you got your shoulders out?
I do have my in the middle of winter.
Shoulders out with the pink.
But please believe I did come in with a big fluffy coat. So this is only for the show. It's only for y'all. The shoulders are for y'all today. But we're gonna go ahead on with the show. As y'all know, if y'all have been paying attention, watched our flyer, we got a good couple coming in to talk to us about some things. But first song of the night, we're going to play R.G. Rich, Myself.
We lit!
Shit, I know like 3 bad hoes gonna suck your dick behind Walmart, nigga.
They're rich kid, bitch.
We in the 205 Birmingham.
You know I'm in this bitch with the whole gang.
Shout out to my nigga Richard, man. That nigga be.
I really just stay by myself, but nobody local. Fake niggas, I don't need them. Ain't no more talking, I'm quitted to leave them. They decline the water, I'm quitted to feed them. I just got off the phone with babe, she told me what the fed people. I'm crippin' till a nigga dead until I come a paralegal. A bitch came running up to me, said she wanna be my baby, so she made it hard. Shit, I made it easy and broke it down the middle. That life that you ever tryna live. That whole tryna get it how I live. Let me know. I was stuck on my journey, I was pro by a man that took me a glance and I thought it was Jesus. But it turned out to be a man who really was a man that spoke like a preacher. He said, I know the road wasn't planned, but understand selling drugs is a fever. You can get the money in the van, but you might as well just lose your people. Some of these niggas, they think that they know me because of my name, but don't know shit. Niggas be scared a little on me because it's an issue, I'm calling no real. My folks some OGs and they solid, they criminal for adults, so I know they won't snitch. You niggas need to get the fuck on my way and get the fuck off a nigga dick. I really just stay by myself with nobody local. Fake niggas, I don't need them. Ain't no more talking, I'm quitted to leave them. They decline the water, I'm quitted to feed them. I just got off the phone with babe, she told me what the fed people. I'm crippin' till a nigga dead until I come a paralegal. A bitch came running up to me, said she wanna be my baby, so she made it hard. Shit, I made it easy and broke it down the middle. This that life that you ever tryna live. That whole tryna get it how I live. Let me know. I'ma stick to out with motherfucking rain. Right, this shit to my motherfucking grave. I put on my soul, put on my motherfucking rhyme. Nigga, I ain't gon' change. These niggas be switching any fucking way. Niggas be playing like the ace of spades. Niggas be playing around in the J. I swear to God, gotta keep you a cage. I was in that backyard like a slave. I was just struggle past the fucking grave. Young nigga made it. Young nigga made out the dreams, and young nigga made a way. Put the gas all in rotation. Move nigga like the motherfucking matrix. Pass a beat, I'ma kill like a Haitian. Swear to God, nigga, I swear I'm patient. I really just stay by myself, cause nobody local. Fake niggas, I don't need them. Ain't no more talking, I'm quitted to leave them. They decline the water, I'm quitted to feed them. I just got off the phone with babe, she told me what the fed people. I'm crippin' till a nigga dead until I come a paralegal. A bitch came running up to me, said she wanna be my baby, so she made it hard. Shit, I made it easy and broke it down the middle. This that life that you ever tryna live. That whole tryna get it how I live. Let me know, nigga.
You already know. Y'all gon' fuck with this shit. Why, man? Yo, Nick, I'm telling you. Watch. Let's go. For real, but we really grew up on this. How they entertain shit. Real dope shit. Y'all wanna hear that story? Oh, God.
Yeah, that was lit right there.
That was R.G. Rich, Myself.
That was lit right there.
Yeah. Well, since that was so lit, it is time for your favorite session of the day.
If there's something hot to talk about, whatever it is, you know that we gon' put it out here on Toni's Hot Tea Topics. Toni's Hot Tea Topics tonight.
All right, lovers and losers, this is what is going on in the mainstream of life. Trump sent Joe Biden a letter finally saying that he is ready to start the process for him leaving the White House. So I guess it's time to go ahead and get ready for your new president. They done counted and recounted and all that, and Joe Biden is still your new president-elect. So, hey, it is what it is, y'all. It is time
To move
for
on.
a new president, and Joe Biden is that president. Also,
Before you say that, what do you think Joe Biden is going to do for the next 4 years? What do you think added value is he going to do for the next 4 years?
Honestly, I don't think any president does anything the first 4 years. They just kind of coast it out, and then at the end of that term, they try to start doing little stuff to help them for the next term. Like that first year, that first 2 years, I think they just chill it out. To me, I guess because one, they have to try to figure out, because we have to vote again, because they got to get the Senate and all them other people, and then they got to like try to battle. They spend a lot of time trying to combat whatever the person did before them. Like it's just they don't do nothing to me. I mean, also I'm not super political like that, where I'll be digging in and paying attention to every little minute detail. So I don't know what Joe Biden is going to do. I think Kamala is probably going to do a lot on her end, because I feel like she's going in there with something to prove, something to like really like, hey, I got here and I'm trying to make some change. I don't know what those changes are going to be, but I think something is going to shake, and Kamala's going to try to make some energy moves. So we'll see though. Stay tuned. ... It's like a movie. Presidency continued. I don't know. Also, shout out, there was a black entrepreneur group who took over Decatur's, a Kroger in Decatur, and they paid the bill for everyone in the store. So if you were one of the lucky ones, you were just, shopping on a good day in Decatur at Kroger trying to fill up your groceries, good luck to you. Y'all got some groceries paid. It was said to be Alex Burton. He is a real estate investor and a speaker. Marcus Barneyfield, he is a financial advisor. And then Nehemiah Davis, he is an author out here. So shout out. I love seeing black people do big things and great things in a big way. It is so amazing. So shout out to those 3 men who really stepped up in the community. Sometimes that make me feel like a little way, because I live in Gwinnett and those things don't really happen in Gwinnett. like when Tyler Perry, paid, everybody's bill when they had like Christmas or whatever, he paid their layaway. I couldn't even think of the word, Lord. He paid the layaway, you know what I'm saying? That was on the urban side of town. Like, I feel like sometimes the gives and the takes on the side of town. It's like, is people struggling just because we live in Gwinnett? Is some people over here struggling too, you know what I'm saying? Can you pay off my layaway? Can you know what I'm saying? I need groceries too.
Look out for a player, please.
You know what I'm saying? Fine, like, Jesus.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that one.
Yeah, like, you hear about it, you know what I'm saying? You hear about some great things in the community, but you like, hey, I'm black and I need help too. But anyway, that's not here nor there. Shout out to those men for really doing something and making a change. I'm sure everybody in the store was really happy. I'm sure Kroger was happy. I'm sure, it was just, they felt happy for being able to do such a blessing. So I hope that comes back on them tenfold. Also, Lisa Ray, she is under fire for coming for Halle Berry. She was on the virtual show, Cocktails with Queens. It usually has Claudia Jordan, and a few other ladies that I cannot think of right. Oh, Vivica Fox. And she had the audacity to talk about Halle Berry's sex life, saying that she heard, and from what she knows and from what she has read, Halle Berry sucks in the bedroom. I don't know where that would be her business.
Wow, that's a bit much.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Woman to woman, I don't think you should be in her bedroom, especially, and a lot of people are saying she is the least person to talk about it. Like, as the man trouble she had and the issues that she's had as being a woman in a relationship, they're saying Lisa Ray, if anybody needs to talk about something about anybody in anybody's bedroom, it is not Lisa the Ray. So, girl, I think she really just stemming up from her issue when her and her sister, the Brat, had that same kind of back and forth on... Okay. Let us know how you really feel. When they had their back and forth on the same show. So I don't know. I think sometimes people do stuff for relevance. I'm not saying that's what she's doing, but hey, sometimes people do things for relevance. Also, Lil Bootsy Badass, he is out the hospital, y'all. Yay, Bootsy. After being shot in the leg, rumors were saying that he would probably have to get his leg amputated, and he is letting y'all know his leg is still there. I'm not sure what surgical issues he may have or whatever that's going to look like. But he still has his leg intact. He is out the hospital healing and getting well. I don't know why you would shoot Bootsy. Bootsy really just be out here trying to have a good time.
That was in Dallas, right? Wasn't that in Dallas? I think
Right.
that happened in Dallas. Yeah, I mean, after the situation with Mo3, man, it's like shit crazy. You know, it's like it's really not a good time to be a rapper.
It's
You know?
not.
Like, go
you
get
could
you.
if you're not an old seasoned rapper,
Man, you don't fuck that.
Nah, ain't nobody safe.
Yeah, nah, you don't want to be a rapper, man. Like just go try your hand at go be a chef. Go be go get a trade. Go be a mechanic. And you know what I'm saying?
be an author.
If you want to play with words, be a
writer,
poet.
Be the motivational speaker.
Be a comedian. I'm a comedian. Be a comedian. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still play with words. Like, that rapping shit, unless you just want to be the rapper and you don't want to talk about the trap dumb shit, because they're going to come see it. People want to test your gangsters. It's almost kind of like wrestling in a sense with emotions and everybody just wanting to be heavily opinionated. And that's especially now when it's WWE. WWF and back in the day, they might get a little bit more, some action. But it's really like wrestling until it gets real.
Oh,
It ain't
somebody
never.
get hit
It's,
for real.
look, it's always like words and emotions and opinions and everybody's perspective on whatever the matter is, and then it's drastic. Then somebody's dead. How often you hear two rappers like, nah, I can't think it was NBA YoungBoy. Somebody else actually scrapped it up right quick and dispersed when the police came or whatever. Like, I think some rappers did that, but that don't happen all the time.
Right.
You don't hear altercation. Me and you have differences. All right, Cat, I see you. Oh, let's get it right now. Wherever we at, we bang it out, and then we go about our business. You know what I'm saying?
Always somebody.
No,
coming up
somebody
with a
got to
shooting.
die, and that's a lot. That's extreme.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Bootsy is I guess he's in a blessing because he came out with his life. Nobody wants to be shot, but dang, Bootsy. I mean, what did Bootsy do? Who out here shooting Bootsy? All he do is act crazy online. I mean, I don't understand. But anyway, I'm sure y'all know the great name Superhead, Corinne Stephan. Well, she about to write another book on y'all. I don't know, maybe her first two. I think she wrote other books before. Maybe those funds are running low and she got another book. Like, what else could she tell? What else is there for us to know? Well, apparently she has some information on Missy, Wyclef's John.
But
Uncle
didn't she say some
Russ.
stuff about Missy before?
Well, she got some more stuff, I guess.
I think she
don't
said
know.
something like Missy Cooch not fresh or something like that. Like,
I
crazy.
mean, why was she in there?
I don't know. I think Missy probably had, hit her up and was like, "Yo, I got this little bust down jump off thing. I got 2 straps. You feel me? I'm trying to use these bitches. I'm trying to sling some dick this weekend. I know how you get on, girl. What you trying to do? You can sleep at my house. We get towed up, have a little party."
I mean, hey, if that's your life, like, you can't be out here spilling the tea. Like, ain't she messing with her own money? Like, isn't it best, like, as out here being a side woman, isn't it always best to keep your mouth closed? Like, that's how you solidify the bag. You just, I mean, not encouraging side chicks by any means, because you know what I'm saying, you should everybody find your own, find that one that you love and leave everybody else's alone. But if you're, my grandma always told me, if you're going to be something good or bad, be the best at it.
That sounds about right.
And I don't understand.
I mean, that sounds about right, though. I mean, that's
what more
your
is there to
grandmother-
know that, the
grandmother was on point.
blogs and the tabloids don't already tell us about?
Now, your grandmother was on point. So, I mean, that's it. Whatever you're gonna do, be the best at it.
Be the best at it.
And
Be the best.
and don't do in the dark what you're not willing to, allow to come out in the light. Now
That's very true.
That's another thing too, because some people, I'm telling you, for real.
That's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Most people think, oh, ain't nobody gonna know, especially like on Snapchat. I'm gonna just do it. It's gonna delete. No, somebody know, and somebody gonna tell. If there's anybody else that has the information other than you,
It's tough.
somebody else gonna know. Like, they gonna tell a friend that they believe they confident in, and that person gonna tell a friend that they believe is confident in, and then it's just gonna grow and go. So, you know what I'm saying? Mind your business. Do what you gotta do. Also, last but not least, London on the track is in words with his baby mama Erica Regine. She took to IG letting the world know that he is apparently holding their son hostage and she can't see him. That she has been called. She calls her son every day and she hasn't spoken to him in 2 weeks, and she hasn't seen him in almost a month.
Oh, wow.
But there's a custody battle going over of that same son in London on the track. says that he believes that she is on drugs and an unstable mother. So I don't know how this is helping the child, but yeah, I think people need to somehow figure out the best way for the child. The child needs both of their mother and father, even if they're not in the same home. They still need the love from both. It's an irreplaceable love, and I know in most cases people think they're helping, but yeah, it's a lot, you know what I'm saying, on a child. Even when they're young, I hope y'all figure it out. I hope y'all gonna have to get the courts involved, obviously, and figure it out. He is 3 right now, but you know what I'm saying, what happens today can always impact the future. Every step, every choice that you make today either helps you or hurts you, or helps your child or hurts your child. So I think parents, when y'all are having kids with these people, y'all need to consider that. If we fall out, is this a person that I can battle with and still be okay with whatever comes of us, or be okay with a child? Y'all need to think about this. I don't know what y'all doing with these people that y'all are quickly loving. But hey, that's all I got for y'all today on Tony's Hot Tea Topics. We're gonna play the next song, and it's going to be More Than Sexual by Kamal Howard, and then we got our guest coming in. All right,
We lit.
we lit.
More to you, much more to you that a man can appreciate. But don't get me wrong, baby, that don't mean I still won't tear it apart. Your body is a miracle. You got me feeling spiritual. And I just wanna let you know it's much more than sexual. It's so much more than sexual. That is so much more than sexual.
Oh yeah, that was lit, and we back.
We are back, and as promised, if y'all have been keeping up with the new show, Put a Ring on It. If y'all remember a couple of episodes ago, we had Andre come on, and he was telling his other side. He was a date of the couples. Now we've got our hands on one of the actual couples that is on the show, and I'm so interested in wondering how what made y'all choose to go on the show?
That's all him. Go ahead.
It's all me.
It's all Vince. Go ahead.
Well, when the opportunity came, I mean, we were just at a point where it made sense to step into that situation. They reached out and asked us to be on the show, and we were going through some things at the time that I felt that if we didn't actually address them or get past some things, that we were going to be at a point to where
It's gonna be out.
we just
Y'all probably wouldn't reconcile.
we just needed to figure some things out. So the relationship coaching was an option within the show, which was very important to me. That was the only really draw to even doing it, really.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I mean, we didn't really.
Your phone.
My phone? What about my phone?
So we, just jumping into it, we didn't know what really to expect, but that was the main draw to it, was the relationship coaching for me, because I just felt that was something that we needed at the time.
Okay. So, according to the show, when y'all first came on, it was said that, the basis of the show, again, y'all know from when Andre was on, is there's couples on the show, this particular couple, and 3 other couples as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they're at a moment where it's time to figure out, is it time to move forward or let it go? Is it time to put a ring on it and solidify what y'all are, saying that y'all want to do? Or is it time to just, stop, figure it out, and find somebody else that matches your needs more? Mm-hmm. So when it first came on, it was said that you're the reason that the ring is not here.
Mm-hmm. Well, the reason why I was hesitant and moving forward with Vince is because there was a lot of stuff that went on in the beginning of our relationship that's not really being said on the show. It's so much more. But it was just a lot that had me questioning whether or not I wanted to spend the rest of my life with someone who could not just be honest and admit to certain things. So that's a big deal to me. I want people to hold themselves accountable for things that they've done. And I know it's all about forgiveness and moving forward, but for me, I can forgive you, but I will never forget until you say, yes, I did it. Yes, I was wrong. And we can move forward. But it was a lot.
So were y'all able to get over that hump? Or y'all still massaging that Charlie horse?
Just have to keep watching.
Okay.
To find out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying.
what
I understand what you're saying when you say that. Like it's hard to move forward and press forward when somebody's not even going to say, "Hey, I was wrong in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I handled that. Or I just blatantly wasn't whatever. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like you're asking me a lot just to be like, okay, just part ways with that emotion, and it almost feel like there is no closure in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just hard to move forward when
without somebody saying something.
Yeah,
So
and as a female, I need closure.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's not a female thing.
Okay.
That was a characteristic thing. That's not a gender thing.
Okay.
Because I need closure on things. Like,
Okay, yeah.
And I think in the process of understanding like therapy, people that say, oh man, you should try therapy, and this is what we talked about. I never tried therapy, but when people say they talk to someone, it's like, it's closure. It's understanding where those hurts come from and, why you have a certain expectation. If you had a parent that didn't, honor certain things.
Yeah, exactly.
As you get older, you may be like, nah, I'm not letting nobody in my adult life handle me like that. Mm-hmm. And you're going to stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Or you've been hurt before, you'll stand on it. So, I definitely understand what you're saying with that. It makes sense.
Oh my goodness. So out of the sessions that y'all have had, what would you say is like the biggest thing that has, progressed so far? Because I'm sure y'all still have a little ways to go. Because, technically, it's still the beginning of the show. And with only 9 episodes, they can't resolve everything. So, what's something major that y'all are like, okay, well, we see the progress at least here?
We had 2 major issues. It was trust and communication. Mm-hmm. The trust issue came from the beginning of the relationship, just something that lingered over into our situation that wasn't fully exhausted, that I didn't fully sever. So that put us in a situation to where we're fighting back and forth to what the he say she say and everything. So it came to a point where it's like I gotta prove myself every time, just to reassure her that this is where I'm at, this is what I want to do, so.
How did that feel for you? Because it seems it could be exhausting. Did that get exhausting, having to prove yourself every moment, every move?
Yeah, absolutely. And it became a real situation to where I would start just being defending myself,
Super defensive. Which is horrible language to a female, because we be like, why you so defensive then?
Exactly.
You didn't do nothing, then what?
Exactly.
Why you acting like that?
And
then?
it would be like the smallest things that would trigger things in her, and then I would think like, oh damn, well, it's my fault. I did whatever to make her feel like, but then it's like it got to 2 years, and then so I'm just like,
So is it a compilation of raggedy behavior, or is it just one fucked up thing that he did?
Basically one fucked up thing, but then there were
other things,
little things that
mountain into
but
mountain.
The thing is,
nothing
it's
that.
Like, okay, for me, when I first found out about that, because I know a lot of people were like, well, why didn't you leave? We broke up. I didn't talk. Well, he kept trying to reach out to me, but I walked away from him.
Can we ask what that is?
Yeah, what's that?
What?
What's that? What the fuck did you do, sir?
What?
Cool ass guy, peacoat jacket and jersey. What did you do?
Like, here's the thing. That's what I was getting to. It's like we weren't. When I found out about the girl at first, this thing is so loud. When I found out about the girl at first, we weren't really in a relationship, so it was easy for me to be like, well, we're just friends anyway. So I'll just step away. I don't know what's going on, whatever.
Right.
So. Yeah. On down the line, when he and I got a little serious, the girl came back and she was like, well, we're not together, but let me tell you what he was doing with the same time that he was trying to pursue you, kind of thing. So I was just like, oh, so you lied about this and you lied about that. We weren't together, but you still lied, which to me, if we're not together, that would be more reason for you.
See what I'm talking
not
about?
To lie.
Oh, Lord.
Yes,
go ahead and speak.
However,
so wait. No, I just want to just take that part that you said. You said that when you and him were together, or just kind of kicking it.
They weren't together.
Not together, but just kicking it. Y'all wasn't an item, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all were just kicking it.
They just thought each other was cute at that point.
Whatever that was, whatever took place in that moment, then he, and you fell back because you felt like he was preoccupied with something.
Of course, he was preoccupied.
Right. Okay, so let's just say, but this is the thing. Even if he wasn't, we're not a thing.
Understood.
Right. So then he that doesn't work. Mm-hmm. But what that was because you didn't come back, or he pursues you for you to come back. Is that how they went?
You want to tell the story?
Well, she
totally
didn't.
Different than mine.
She didn't. No, I mean it's really not. She didn't quite know me at the time for me to know that when I said I'm done with that I was done with it. No matter what the other girl was saying.
Because that's really what I was wanting to get into. It seems like things got shaky when the other girl told you whatever she told you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
wait. I got a question first before you go into that. So I'm a firm believer that, people do try to hinder things simply because it's shifted off of them. So what you're saying, like, to me, what I'm hearing is he's now interested in me now, and the girl now all of a sudden wants to kind of put dissension, like, so it's like the devil on your shoulder,
absolutely. That's what
she telling you something like, why?
So
if me and him are dating and we're done, we're finished.
I'm gonna be polite here. I just want to hold my hand up and wait for him.
Oh well,
my
he
turn.
used to do this. Like, it don't matter because me and him are done.
Yeah,
whatever y'all journey is always different.
It's like, if you guys are done, why do you care about what's going on now? But the thing,
you're saying that to her or to him?
I'm just saying it to everything because, like, I was.
But everything didn't come and tell you extra stuff.
Well,
that person told you extra stuff.
I was just like, well, why are you, telling me all this stuff now? She was like, I'm just letting you know while he was trying to pursue you, saying he's single, you spending time with him. By the time you leave, I came over, or time,
Right.
And then she would show me text messages
Right.
that they were exchanging that clearly showed that they were not done.
But now check this out, though.
So it's like, it's just so much that he
so
said.
you gave a level of entertainment
Just a little bit.
to a person and allowed a seed to plant to be here with doubt. I think, me personally, that wrongdoing is allowing somebody to come in. Because this is my opinion, because there is no value system in her, you and her.
But I have another
I
question.
know the transparency, but why you want to be so transparent if you was aiming to get me too?
Yeah, we talked about that.
If she's aiming to get me, what's the alliance between the two women to say he was?
Because he should have nipped that in the bud before.
But
tried
if
to
he
pursue
did,
me.
okay. So
But
listen,
see, it's so much more.
But
well, I'm just taking that one little piece right there.
now.
I'm just taking that one little
No,
piece
we're
right there.
just talking.
So
That's
much
the
more.
initial problem. That was the.
If that's the initial
So
kickoff,
much
is that the initial kickoff?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
saying,
a lot behind that.
It may be, but I'm saying, is that
She's
the
like,
initial?
y'all ain't
kickoff.
Even, we ain't even got enough shows.
I'm saying that's the initial kickoff.
That's
That
the
right
thing
there, that's the difference between man and woman. Can't no man come to me and tell me about my woman.
I tell her that 100 million
Can't no man do
from
that.
the beginning.
First thing I'm gonna know you're lame. Off rip. See, women don't register other women as lame. Y'all looked at it as empowerment of sisterhood. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
But y'all
But
not
no,
do.
No, I'm not beating you up about it. But I'm just saying that just shows you the mentality of man and
Listen,
woman.
okay,
Like we don't
so
see it the
listen,
same. Like
but
that.
But
listen.
it's honest because those same exact things you said, I told her that already. She can tell you for a bit. I said those same exact things because I
But
was
when you
just
say
like,
those things, what are the actions that follow? Because like you
Exactly.
you can't control everybody in the situation. Only person you can control is yourself.
The actions
So
were
someone
me.
has now put a little seed in her head.
Right.
How do you unpluck that seed?
That's what I was trying to do the whole time, just reassuring.
Well, he
her
just said earlier.
again, I don't fuck with her. I don't care what she telling me. I never asked one time to look at a message or nothing that she sent her because I didn't give a fuck what she said or nothing.
Right.
Because I was like, I'm with you. It don't matter what happened over here or none of that. So
And now check this out. If he is truly single, y'all not a thing, then it neutralizes anything.
And that's why I fell back.
So
in
wait,
the
were
beginning.
you single?
yeah, she did. Yeah, I was single. I was definitely single.
You was you just weighing your options at that time.
No, there was no options to weigh.
You had finished one option.
When
and you
I saw
decided.
this woman, the first time we met, it was over.
All right.
Like I already.
So whoever you were dealing with at that point, you were like, nah,
it was
X
all-
that, I'm
but,
here.
But even then, that was already. I
So
was
at that
already
time,
done
you
with
went,
that
you
shit.
had nothing you was tasting, nothing you was sampling.
I was already done with that.
You was neutral. You were just
That she
good.
She had nothing to do with it. Period.
But you feel differently because you feel like the dates in the text messages didn't align up with the time he said he was done with
Because
it.
women are investigators. We be like, okay, wait, at this
Right.
day we was doing this. Okay,
Now-
well, there's
now,
a time
just-
stamp on
He
this.
told me he loved me, but then he turned around and was doing this with her. Okay.
Right. But like now, he probably said he loved you and meant it. But whatever he was doing with her was just to occupy time.
And that makes it okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
So-
y'all wasn't a thing.
No, we were at the
Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
love you
That's what I'm
stage. They a
saying.
thing.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. We were at this
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, that's a little different. Okay, Pete, cool ass Peacoat with the fucking jersey, the hoodie. Come on now, talk to me, bro. I'm trying to, for the bros, I'm trying here.
Well, Ed, I love you. Like it's.
Were you
like-
texting someone at the I love you
Right.
stage of this woman?
When you
Let's
decide,
pull the scab back now. It's gonna hurt.
I honestly can't remember.
Oh.
But
Oh,
And
but-
Bisha, okay.
I like this guy here. This guy must be a
you
lawyer.
should have checked the
but-
receipt.
but she said she
Sometimes
stepped
you gotta
away.
check the sheets to make sure that what you ordered is on there.
She stepped away from me, and I was fucked up. Like I was
You didn't
because
more than fuck up, sir.
I was like, no, I was.
He was
fucked.
mentally hurt.
Like I was just like, damn, like nah, I can't let that, let that. So I just was on her line every day or whatever I could do. So, we eventually got back together, and just ever since that beginning thing, everything has been a situation.
Okay, but,
Not,
okay.
I'm not saying anymore. I'm just saying in the beginning of us.
2018.
So
It
it's
didn't matter.
roller
Like if a
coaster.
fly flew in the room, she'd be like, "Oh, you know that bitch." You know what I'm saying? Like,
You like flies?
Exaggerated now.
You acting froggy?
Okay,
you
so I
leave?
have a question. So if at that point you had already made a decision to break up with him, like, okay, this happened. I don't like this in my energy. I don't like this in my space. I don't want nothing to do with you. Why would you go back if you hadn't forgave him?
You know what's crazy is it's part of the show, but I was just telling people that any other time when someone would do that to me, I would bounce and I wouldn't think anything else of it. But it was something about this big-headed boy right here where I was just like, okay, he keeps pursuing me every single day. I mean, he gave me my space, but he also be like, good morning, I'm sorry. Hey, how you doing? Come over. And I'm just like, okay, we can talk. So he talks.
Persistence pays, man. Come on, man. Give me some. Don't be like that. They don't understand.
Over there.
Listen, you about to get
persistent
a doctor
pays.
some more stuff to have to work on.
Persistent pays. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Like, at the end of the day, listen, we recognize this from an early age. You got to keep keeping on. You can't just be like, oh, okay, right.
Especially if it's something worth having.
You know what I'm saying? You got to fight for it. You got to figure out how you can massage the charles and just get it to a relaxed state and it's not tense.
And I would have never done that. I would have never, ever put
So y'all both stepped outside of yourselves with this. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro.
So that's growth, see?
You guys, anyone that knows me, they will tell you.
You've done a complete.
Now let me ask y'all this.
180 since I
Y'all
met
been
you.
together since 2018?
Yeah.
How long were you single before getting into this committed relationship?
He don't even remember last time he was texting girls, so he don't know.
Exactly.
Nah,
That's select memory. I can tell. He's select memory.
It
He's
had
select
been
memory.
some year. It had been at least 2 years.
What about yourself?
Yeah.
Excuse me. For me, my last relationship before him was it ended in 2015. So 3 years.
So 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We
That's
met
cool.
each other on pretty clean slates. Besides,
How'd y'all meet?
work on set.
Yeah.
On set.
Okay.
We're actually, and this is another thing.
You know,
so we
that's
can put
like
this
when you
out.
meet people and like when you're working.
Yeah, absolutely. And so
Yeah, that's dope.
This is what I'll put out to the world right now, whoever the hell's listening. We have professional careers. Like we're actors. We're entertainers. So, but this show has nothing to do with that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Like, there's
that's
not
something
a-
people think about. Oh, they actors. They
There's
just
not
they
a
faking
fucking
it.
inkling of acting on here. Like a nigga crying. I don't just do that. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell how the doctor pulls different things out of you. She picks you apart. Period.
Right. Because there was an issue where you wanted him to be like your father.
Well, I didn't want him to be like my father. I was expecting him to do the things that my father did growing up with my mother. So it's not that I was trying to mold. I probably worded that wrong. I wasn't trying to mold him to be my father. It was just certain things I saw growing up.
You
I
did want him to
wanted
walk in that father-like esque.
Yeah, I
type
mean,
of-
it wasn't.
So what did your
That's
father do?
natural.
What are some things your father did
Well,
that you
my
witnessed
father,
for your mother?
I saw that my father was very attentive. He was very romantic as far as like getting my mom flowers, doing little things like that. He was a great listener. He communicated. Just little things like that I was just expecting Vince or just the person that I want to marry to have those qualities as well.
So what out of those list of things, what don't he have?
Well, we already said communication is bad.
Yeah.
I want to say it because I
that
see
was-
every time she made a point, she had to connect eyes with him like, I'm going to say it.
That was something I definitely had to work on.
What, communication?
Definitely
Yeah,
the communication.
yeah.
So what about the
Lord
romantic
have
part?
There's a lot of men.
You seem
that
like
get
a
to
romantic.
marry.
Are you a romantic guy?
I'm romantic when
Okay.
you know when
All right.
when it's time to be romantic.
Does he kiss with his eyes open or closed? That's what you tell. You know, he trying to get to you. So you kiss with the eyes open or closed?
I don't know. She get too many kisses every day.
Well, yeah, that he does. He does do that. But as far as I like the romantic gestures, it's like cards and flowers and things like that. And we would go back and forth about it. He's like, well, I don't have to do that. I'm like, but that's what I
What's
like.
your love language?
I am a gift. What is it? Acts of service. And what else?
She likes like the verbal, like I love you.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation and
affirmation,
something about the acts of, I don't know if it's acts of service, whatever that is called. I gotta look it up again. But yeah.
Okay.
Like she
What's
likes
your love
flower,
language?
like
He
I buy her
likes-
roses all the time.
Well,
He
that's
likes
gifts.
the touching type thing. He's
Oh
affectionate.
yeah,
I'm not
need to feel
affectionate
it.
as far as.
yeah. You
Yeah.
can tell me, and I know you mean it when you tell me, but I need to feel it too.
The
you know
physical
what I'm saying?
touch is something.
Okay. Okay.
So she, that's something that she hasn't really opened up to in her past relationships. So we're learning that together, the affection. she's opening up more with that. You know,
Is
so-
it difficult?
I'm
Is it
not-
difficult
I'm
to be?
not
What
an
is?
affectionate
Why is it? Now this is the thing. When you say, "Hey, I think that this guy or a guy that I taking serious should be like father-like," how to understand it that way. What makes it difficult to say, "Well, I got to do this affectionate thing that he wants to do"?
Right, especially when you just say
When-
you're not affectionate.
Right, you're not affectionate. You know he wants
You just
that,
want to
but
receive the affection and not give it.
But he has to give you flowers and leave the notes and little pats on the bum when you're fixing breakfast. And he got to do all that, but you don't want to be affectionate to the degree like so.
To give him a hug.
What's the
Like,
reciprocation?
cuddle up with him
in her
during the night.
defense, she's affectionate. Like those things you just mentioned.
Okay.
Like I'll go open my shave bag or something, and there'll be a little note in there, or just anything like my camera case, and it'll be a note in there, just random.
So what's the
thing,
part that's tough? What's the tough part then? What's for you? What's the
Well, I'm not.
Right, it
used-
sounds like y'all got it together. I don't understand.
I'm just not the type of person where I'm clingy and touchy and feely on somebody. I've
Yeah.
always, I don't know if it stems from childhood where like I don't know, but I just don't like to.
So, okay,
touch,
so, like,
I don't like somebody.
if-
It's just hot.
if
I
y'all-
get sweaty, I get hot.
Okay,
I
you
don't
like-
you
okay,
kissing on me. It's just too much.
Oh, you don't like
And-
somebody kissing on
well,
you?
I had to learn to like it from him, but before when we first started, I was like, why do you keep touching me? Like, stop holding my hand. I'm just not used to it. And maybe it's because the people that
What's
I dated
your sign?
before, I'm a Leo. And maybe it's because the people I dated before weren't as affectionate, so I've grown to be accustomed to not having
So if y'all
that.
watching a
That's a fact.
movie,
That's probably what
if y'all
it was.
watching a movie, there's gonna be space in between y'all,
It has to be because I'm so hot. I can't. and
even
he-
with the fan on and the
No,
AC
that's
blowing.
not true though, because you.
I
always
mean,
laying
now
on me.
I'm getting better at it because I'm used
Without
to
the
it.
throw,
but
she ain't gonna put the
before-
throw on. She ain't gonna take the throw and throw the throw on. It's too hot for that shit.
Oh nah, she.
Oh, I put the
She
throw on
always
now.
has that freaking thing.
So you getting comfortable with the idea.
Yeah, but it took a minute for me.
Well, sometimes when you meet somebody, you meet that person, like people are supposed to help you grow into who you're supposed to become. Or they're supposed to help you build something, a different character that you're supposed to have. So it may have been something like you may have dulled it out based on the past relationships. And now, hey, this is a part of you that's supposed to stem and flourish. So now he's bringing it out of you and vice versa. The things that he's supposed to grow and develop in, you're supposed to bring out of him. That's
Yeah.
what that partnership and development is supposed to be, right?
Yeah, those things have
Definitely.
definitely happened because she's brought me out of a few holes I was in when I first met her. Like,
Yeah, I thought you said you ain't had no hoes.
no problem. No, not no holes. Holes.
She had to go in the whole house and pull him up out of there.
Just
Bitch, come on here. Come on here. Got me looking embarrassed.
yeah. Mentally and professionally though, because I wasn't on my shit like really how it's supposed to be when with my career and all that, but with work like being with her and her career already just
Sizzling.
crazy. Like I was like shit.
I gotta
I'm
catch up.
slacking.
I gotta get my shit
Because I just felt like, if it's I gotta do my part, like, and she knew I wanted it. Like, she's just like, nigga, like,
Wasting time, kid.
Yeah.
get your-
Let's
You ain't
get to
getting
it.
no
Running the
younger.
streets,
Yeah,
right.
Let's get to it.
and it just, and I did. We set goals, and every single thing we laid out on that table happened, and and here we are. Even with the show, like, up until right now, we sitting here at this radio station. I saw all of it, like every bit of it. Ask her. I was
Write the
telling her-
vision and make it plain.
Yeah, I was telling her just before we even were actually cast on the show, and I'll tell you, that's why there's 3 couples before us,
Right.
Oh yeah.
because that other couple, Mimi's pop unfortunately passed away, so they had to step away. We wasn't on the show.
Right.
They had already told us like, yo, well,
Yeah, I didn't make the
we
cut.
got to pass on you, unfortunately.
Right.
As bad as we wanted you, whatever, but was it the next day?
Literally the next day.
It was the next day. The producers called us like, "Hey Vince, what's up, man? This is Lam from Puerto Rico." I was like, "Yeah, man, what's up?" Because
Like, what other bad news?
I had already kind of sent them a little funky email, so that's why I thought they was calling
To discuss that email.
That email. No, it was because I tell you, man, that's what we should have been talking. The process, even leading up to being cast on this show, it was 3 months.
Wow.
Like
Longer
3
than
months,
that.
4
It
months
started in April.
of casting, of Zoom interviews and
COVID
Skypes, COVID, like, yo, yeah, we had.
Was it required for y'all to have to
Between the
live
both
together?
of us, we probably had 30 COVID tests. COVID tests every 4 days.
I mean, that's good though.
Quarantine in the crib, can't go to the mall, can't go get your own food, can't go to the grocery store. Like everything.
That was the requirements?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I had no problem with that. Cause
We had to either be.
My groceries come to my door.
Right.
We had to either be on set or at the production office. We basically legally, because by contract, couldn't be out, like, you know. So it was an experience, man. When we were already quarantined from quarantine
Right.
before that.
Yeah.
So we thought we was getting about to get out, and nah,
You ain't going nowhere.
it was crazy, man.
Do you regret anything about being on the show?
I don't regret anything about it. I don't regret anything. What about you?
I feel like there's something you want to tap on.
What is it that you
Come on,
that,
I don't watch the show, so
Yeah.
I know how you do. Look, you can't say. I'm gonna be like, the doctor. Listen, you need to tap into.
Honestly, I don't regret anything. At first, I was a little bothered by when I was watching the show and reading the comments, and people were saying like, "Oh, she's crying too much. Oh, she's insecure. She needs to know her worth." And I'm just like, "Well, you guys don't know the whole story because you're only getting 45 minutes of a whole 3-year relationship, and broken down to those 45 minutes is only like 10 minutes per couple, if that. So it's like you don't really know the whole story." So that's why I was like, I don't really care if people think I cried too much. I did way more than cry on the show, but they're only focusing on that. So of course I'm gonna be emotional. So I guess I would say I wouldn't cry as much, but no, fuck that. I cry. I'm a crier. So
Let
I
your
don't-
emotions
You're
be
a crier?
bigger.
I'm a crier. He
She
knows.
cries?
I'm
Let your-
sensitive as
Let
hell.
your feelings flow, girl.
Right.
But you know what? It takes a certain chemistry match just to work.
Oh yeah.
Because like when you said the whole, like I put myself in that mindset, right? If I was like, okay, if I was dating her, and you like, you're gonna listen to somebody else, and that's gonna cause all this stir. You're not affectionate. Man, I wouldn't have been calling back, cuz I'm about to get back on this scene.
And you
Yeah.
crying all
Fuck
the time.
that, and I was crying and shit, man. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So it takes a certain chemistry, man. He's like, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
I
But
think
the crying
sometimes.
didn't come until after I found out all of yes. That's when I.
But for somebody to be like, I can deal with the things that may run a lot of people. Like, my man, you like, I know me. You're not affectionate. You about to go listen to somebody else? You ain't even fucking homegirls with her. That's not even your bitch. That's not your partner. Like, why do you think you can come and no?
Yeah.
And then you about no.
I jumped on her about she
Nah.
she
That'll turn me off so much. I'd
she
be
would
like,
know
nah.
now. Like I expressed that a lot, you know, because I would have never, like I grew up, like I already
Right.
knew, like nah, like I wouldn't have never even entertained it. Period. Point blank.
Right.
But you know,
we
it
don't
happened.
entertain that though as men. Like we don't entertain that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Nah,
really, if a man come and do that, that's not again like I said, that's not an empowering thing. Where women take that, oh my homegirl, sister girl, we looking out, making sure we ain't getting played.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga, you want the fucker,
Yeah. Yep.
and you didn't. So you won't come to me because you don't want me to fuck her.
Yeah. Yep.
Because we're in proximity to each other,
Yep.
and you don't want to see
Yep.
this
Yep.
on the regular with me.
Yep.
That's all that was.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if the timelines or none of that.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna take a little break.
Okay,
We're gonna let y'all
I'm
breathe.
side-eyeing the hell out of both of them.
We're gonna let you breathe, girl, because they be on you.
Listen, man.
Nah.
They be on
I
you.
gotta speak for my brethren.
We're gonna play the next song. It is called Minutes by Za.
We lit.
Calculating minutes every time you lie. You will notice even you cannot disguise. Call you crazy whenever you say you're on mine. Saw the texts done in your phone at night. Nightmare when you sleep. Wake up. I cannot believe this. Broke my heart apart. Shattered into pieces. Thought you were the one. Yeah. I could share my dreams. Yeah. phone last night. That's right. It's alright. That's right. But it's calculate minutes every time you lie. You will notice evil you cannot discuss. Call you crazy when you say you're on mine. Saw the text is all in your phone last night.
You already know. I'm putting you on the studio camera.
Oh wow, we got a visitor in the.
That was
God
lit.
darn.
Yes, Mr. Lighter, you better.
That nigga all teeth, huh? That nigga,
Yeah.
I got the veneers hitting. Boy, I got the veneers hitting. You feel? That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You feel? I can dig it. I can dig it.
What's up, dog?
Not the Hollywood smile. Oh my god. The wolves. I like how you say that. The wolves.
Now, you
Yeah,
from
man.
New Orleans, huh?
Yeah, he definitely from New Orleans.
Yeah, I hear it.
Wolves.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I'm gonna hit you, or you can stay on if you want.
Tell that nigga he got to mute his goddamn. He got to use his
You-
library voice.
You
We
gotta-
live right now.
You gotta
Okay.
tone it down.
You gotta tone it down.
Or you gotta cut his volume.
You got to cut that Negro
Oh
vibe.
nah, he said he going on live.
Oh, okay.
But okay.
Okay, I think I'm
That
live.
nigga bring me
So-
5 pounds of crawfish.
So I'm gonna go one for one. I'm gonna start with him because they've been on you. Okay. So Vince,
Nah.
is there anything that you would like to tell people about your character that is misconstrued on the show?
That's misconstrued. Well, I'm not a cheater. I know that I've been seeing that in comments. Because they're just taking that beginning thing like I was cheating on her. And that's not been our issue at all. That's about it, really. I mean, I've just been me. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing I had to cover up or hide. When we do our interview, like we do individual ones, so I don't know what she says, and she doesn't know what I say. But it's all the truth. Like there's nothing we can really fabricate in there unless you just get in there and just lie. But then our feelings don't actually come out. So Ms. Doc, Dr. Nicole, so Ms. Doc can really analyze and actually,
Help.
send us in the right direction. So it wouldn't be fair to us if we were up there just not telling the truth.
Right. And plus, you got people who know you because y'all are in the industry or whatever. So they be like, they lying. That's fake.
Oh yeah, nah. People
They
that
lying. I know
us-
them. She ain't do that.
Yeah, we've been together too long now for them. They know it's real.
So, second question. You said you knew from the moment that you saw her. When did you know that you wanted to marry her, spend your life with her?
When I seen her email name on my call sheet list.
What's your email name? It's just your name?
It's just my name.
Yeah,
So before even seeing her,
yeah.
you just felt it. You said this name here, Tamika. Oh, this Tamika name here, that hit my spirit.
It was just an energy that I just got from that. And I remember the first day that I seen her at the table read, I was just like, I didn't even know it was her. But when she walked in that door, I was just like, yo, if that ain't her, I hope it is. Like, you know what I mean? because I just had this whole, I guess, I don't want to say fantasy, but just this whole thought of what if she was actually beautiful and we actually had a connection through the parts that we were playing. Because I was playing a guy named Keegan, a Bohemian guy, that we met in our same neighborhood. And, you know, so it was a kind of a love connection. And it was actually between me and two girls. I had a girl, she went to college, and I started dating her.
Foreshadowing. Whoa.
Yeah, so, you know, it was some energy I could pull from our actual, you know,
real
experiences, you know. So, but yeah, it was cool, man. And I love how we met, and I love the fact that it was, you know, on set and doing, you know, something that we love like that.
Yeah, it is so great to find someone that is doing something in the passion that you love, because they're a little more understanding, they're a little more accepting. They know they're busy. Their schedule kind of flows in line with yours. So yeah, I get that. That's awesome.
It's crazy that you were just talking about that because Maclean just joined the live. But she was production for the film that we were in, so it's so funny.
Why
Okay,
they can't
so
hear nothing?
coming to you.
Yes,
So
girl.
first question is,
Hold on a
how
second.
does
Oh no. Sorry.
first question? So how does what he just said make you feel?
Well, of course, when he first told me that, I was like, okay, that's BS. I didn't believe
It's a fairy tale. You
okay, whatever. But I mean, hearing it now, because his story has not changed, so I mean, it definitely makes me feel good to hear him say that.
Okay.
It's cute. It's sweet. It kind of was stalkerish, but it's sweet.
But that's the thing about a man. Like, a man is has a natural. The only difference between a stalker and a non-stalker is the interest that the woman has in the guy. Because if I keep telling you, hello, hey, what's up, you look nice, this is that, and it's flattering, you continually open the door and welcome that. It's not harassment. It's not stalkering. The moment you say, I am not interested, sir, and you draw the line in the sand, and then I continue to try to inch and cross it, then it gets weird. But so a lot of times, our success is dictated by how y'all, you know, because
How y'all receive it?
you
How
know,
we receive it? Okay, so is there anything that you want to clear up about what is portrayed about you on the show?
Well, I know I already talked about the crying thing, but as far as people saying, I'm insecure and I don't know my worth and why did I stay? I didn't stay. I did not stay. But I guess you'll learn more about that when you keep watching the show, and you'll also learn more about why there's still more. I guess during the time we were filming, it was a lot more hurt inside of me. You'll find out more later on in the show as well. That's going to come out as well. But that's the only thing. Like, I definitely know my worth, so I'm going to need for y'all to stop playing me.
All right, y'all. So he's been being real, and she know her worth, and she ain't no crybaby. She's just passionate. She's just passionate about what she loves. That's all.
and she's getting around being touchy-feely. She really wasn't with the whole touching me. It's too fucking hot. And it's crazy because when you say that to people, 'cause I'm naturally like that, you're like, they just think you bullshit. Be like, nah, I'm really hot, man. Like, when it's time to lay down and go to sleep, I really can't do the super cute mattress commercial, you know, spoon right next to with my arm. I can't with you on this arm. What? Come on, man. I got to rotate a cup energy. You about to make my fingers go numb.
Even holding hands, like, it's just too sweaty.
Right. Like, I might could give you a little pinky where we drive or something, but just hold it. But it's like, this is the thing for people who are that way. And it's like, in my natural mind. Now, as I groom into it, I understand that is your connection. But it's in my natural mind, it's like, why? Why do you want to do this so frequently?
I know for me that I'm only super, like, emotional with the person I care the most about. Everybody else, probably thinks I'm, like, cold-hearted.
Yeah.
I'm evil. You know what I'm saying? I'm not very, you know, I'm untouched on, like, because anybody outside of the person that I care about and that I want in my heart and in my space, I'd be like, why? I'm like you, like, why is you touching me? Like, you're not the one that's supposed to be touching me. But soon as I tap into that energy, like, okay, look, this is a person that I want to see a future with. This is a person I want to grow with. For some, I can't even contain it. It just falls on the table. I mentioned to someone, that, you know what I'm saying, I was like, I think I have so much love inside of me that when I find the person that I'm in love with, I think I'm going to smother them with love. Because, like, I don't want to say I hold it in, but it just sits there dormant because it doesn't release until somebody that, you know, comes close to it activates. It's like a special key or something, like, okay, oh, you're worthy of now this over the top love, and it's been held in the dungeon so long, it's about to just like burst out. And so I think I have like those two sides. So it's like if I'm not lovey-dovey with you, you're not the one.
And the crazy part is like so I say for myself, I'll be like, man, I'll be single so long. I'm just like, I'm really cool with laying on the bed. Like I got a king size. And I'm like, man, I got more than enough space. Like, you know what I'm saying? After you do your adult thing, I'm like, it's crazy. I could, you know, as a man, you be all on it. The next thing you know, I'll be like, man, I'm straight, really. Where the remote to the fire stick, man? Kick that one leg up out that cover, man. Shit, what you trying to watch? You trying to watch something? You know what I'm saying? And I had to realize, you know, and it's something that just came to my, you know, it just hit me. I was like, damn, it's kind of bad when you only want to be touchy-feely and intimate when it's leading into the sex. You know, like, what if she just wants intimacy without the sex? You know what I'm saying? What if she just want to be touched and held and just watch some TV and be on your physical person, be in your bubble? You know, what if she wants that without the sex? You see what I'm saying? I was like, okay, well, maybe I can extend myself. And then I started to realize there's a difference between intimacy and sex.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and a lot of times you don't understand the difference, you know, especially as men when we single, because we're not trying to do that because it makes us feel something, you know. But it's tied to something. It's like, boy, she about to start folding my clothes. Boy, she about to start. Oh, boy, she about to start checking on me and shit. But not just that. That's good. That's the good film. Now you have to reciprocate something, and you may not know how to do it. And men don't. We have so much pride built in us. We don't know how to say we don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? We only know really up until what our experiences allowed us to learn, and the people who taught us the game that we, you know, rest our hat on. There's a certain man taught him something, or a collection of guys or experiences, and up until he meets you, that's what he know. And we don't know how to be like, man, I don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's true.
You know, like my uncle told me, having one is next to having none.
Yeah.
When after I got my heart broke. So that's how he sewed my heart back up with that fucking adhesive of having one is next to having none.
That's something that you really have to think about when you're dating somebody. The things that were put into them from childhood and up.
Yeah. Because
that builds and molds a person. It may not be who they are supposed to be, but it's who they've come to be. Based on, like, you know what I'm saying, your father, if your father was an abusive person, so now you see that and you're like, oh, no, I can't do that. So now you have a hard pin on you for that. Or if you had somebody that was super lovey-dovey on you, now, you know, so you were like, okay, now I need this. This is something that I've received all my life. And I always tell people, for me, what I've noticed is that a lot of people's love language is stemmed from how they were raised or how they were loved as a child. For me, my love language is gifts. And that's mainly because I am an only child. I have step siblings, but for the main portion of my life, I'm an only child. And my parents showered me with gifts. You know what I'm saying? Even today, like, my mom called me up. I'm old enough. And my mom called me up. She was like, I got some gifts here for you. And I'm already like, okay, when you coming back off your vacation so I can come get these gifts? You know what I'm saying? Like, and she did, like, every time I go to my mom's stuff, I still have gifts. You know what I'm saying? So when I meet other people and I'm like, okay, well, they like words of affirmation. Most of the time, those are the parents that encourage you, like, you know what, you're beautiful. You're going to grow into be something. You're gonna, like, those are the things that people hear and feel. Like, if you're a touchy-feely person, it's like either you had a lot of it, you had a parent that, you know what I'm saying, loved on you and hugged you and kissed the boo-boos and all the other good stuff. And then now, as an adult, you realize that you receive it that way. And you're like, I'm looking for a person that can basically give me the love that I've always been getting and who can fulfill those needs.
Yeah, that sounds about accurate. And then you get that person that, and it's another person, and it's hard for people to gravitate to this character, a person, male or female, who had to implement themselves in an adult space prematurely. It's hard for that person because all they know is responsibility. Yeah. They don't know, tell you're pretty. They just know, okay, you're my responsibility. Yeah. Like, you're my woman. You're my responsibility.
I'm supposed to put gas in your car.
I'm supposed to do this and this and this. And you be like, damn, you're a good dude, but
he don't love me for real. He ain't want to
hold
my hand.
Not a dude that's at the L.A. Fitness with you he on you, and you be like, girl, cause we be at, and you might get your IG first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you see how he kicking
Everybody
it,
wants your
and then he
IG
be like,
first.
yeah, shit, pull up, whoop the whoop, and then you gonna say, girl, this how women do it. They real fucking clever. Girl, let's make it a girls' night.
Right.
Then call old boy and them.
And them.
Or go on their IG. Oh, that's where let me just go just dip right there for a quick minute. Make it a collective thing. So it ain't just all the pressure on one person
I cannot.
and just an individual meetup.
Yeah.
We got a crew. You call your crew, I call my crew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Around two.
Around.
And
You
sometimes
made a whole.
You know what I'm saying?
You made a whole rap about.
and sometimes it go that way. But when you're dealing with the person that had to be responsible early, they don't process nothing.
Yeah.
But outside of the responsible thing. So the intimacy side, the lovey-dovey side, if they didn't get that with that responsibility, they got to learn. They got a lot of learning to do. But I think a lot of times, if they have a good heart and they have good intentions for the relationship and what they're committing to, they can overcome those things. It's the people who hide behind that.
Yeah.
And try to, finesse and be like, well, I ain't have all that and so I shouldn't have to do it. No.
You also got to find a person that's patient into allowing people to grow and who they need to be.
Yeah.
Because when you're starting out, so often we have this cookie cutter relationships in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what I want and I want it now. And when you really sit down, I spent a few years actually talking to people who have been married for 25 years or longer. And when you talk to those type of people, you realize there's several years that they went through that was like hell for them. I met one lady, she said they had been married for 27 years. She said, I promise you we've only been happy for 7. And so then you have to think about, am I strong enough to deal with somebody for 20 years and it be rough?
But you
You know what I'm saying? But I know that at the end of the tunnel it could be great. But right now I just want him to just.
I kind of dial it back with a simple logic of if God gives us 80 years together from the moment we meet, and He gives us 80 years together, and we 3-4 years in, and you like, how we go? We got 80 fucking years. Like we literally got 80 years. Why are you pressing? Yeah. I'm not saying don't have a level of importance, don't make things a priority, but if He gonna bless us for 80 years, and I say I want to be with you, you say you want to be with me. Like, at least give me some time to figure out what I need to figure out to be the better me overall so I can be the best for you. And vice versa. I think a lot of times we crack the whip because we feel like we should get what we want instantaneously. And then that's too much pressure to put on someone. And you can create a diamond out of
Especially
it.
someone who's dealing with their own shit.
Or you could bust their pipe. And when you bust somebody's pipe, it's hard to mend that back up because sometimes it's just too much. It's so much damage that's been done. You can't do damage control on it. You see what I'm saying? So I think patience is one thing. And my grandparents told me, my grandmother said, don't go to bed mad. So be able to wake up forgiving. And my grandfather was like, always believe in her. So if you can always believe in your significant other and know that he or she is going to make the sound decision, the right decision at the end of the day type of thing. Maybe along the way, gonna get rocky, but I know he's going to be able to get his traction and get back right. And then you could wake up with the forgiving heart. I think you could go real far. And they've been together 66 years. Now, I'm also saying this before we switch it up. My grandma out of nowhere, this lets me know, and this is why I was like, wow. It just gave me a different perspective. It confirmed about women, but I didn't have to wonder anymore. The woman I respect that helped raise me, out of nowhere, she said, your grandpa had sex with that lady on the porch. I thought instantly that my grandpa fucked up, like in the now.
Yeah.
Their mutual friend was there. She's like, Maud, look at that boy face all puzzled. Baby, that happened 66 years ago. Oh. Nothing spawned her to say it. It came out of nothing. She was drying some dishes off. My grandpa was sharpening his knife. Their mutual friend was sitting there cleaning some greens in Mississippi. Out of nowhere, she said that. So this was before they got together. So I said, Grandma, well, if it happened before you got together, why'd you still marry him? Because he's a damn good man. So she recognized he's a man, male first, who groomed himself into a respectable man to run a household and play his part. And I can wake up forgiving him, even before he even hurt me. That's some deep shit. So it lets me know that we should recognize whatever we do gonna stain them. It may not stain us like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you go have sex with somebody else. But if we just pretty much like, that's done.
Yeah.
But anything else outside that, it roll off our back. But women, it stick. Another woman could come, there's no alliance to her, could come and tell us something, and it's going to stick like hot grits.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's crazy. And in our mind, we like, that's crazy. I looked at my grandfather when she said that, he got up. He didn't even make no fuss about it. And went outside and continued to sharpen his knife. And I go out there like, Grandpa, what's up? He's like, hey, you know how your grandma is. Your grandma.
She gonna say what she got.
After those years, that ain't even arguments no more. Think about how many pillow talk moments she hit him with that.
Yeah.
They got 5 kids grown and several grandkids. Like, I'm just like, and it really made sense to where I really can't make a big fucking deal about little shit. Never, for real. If I want to get a lot of years with the woman that I'm aiming to be with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just to make it make sense.
I've learned to be numb to a lot of things, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Just not just even before Tamika. There's so many things that, like, I don't worry about nothing, like anything that has to do with us. Like, if she's not around me or I don't worry. I don't press her about who she with or. You
confident in who you are. You confident in what you have with your woman.
I never ever went through not
it was
one
that
woman's
one episode
phone, none of that
he had me dying. You had me dying laughing because I think you had one on your date, and at first his arm was around you, and when you started talking about your date, he moved his arm.
Yeah.
And then when you was like, well, I mean, he didn't spark my interest. He was like, okay, yeah, you back at it. I keep you still. I promise you. That was the funniest thing too. I don't know why. I guess it's because the other couples, when I'm looking at them, they're having so much issues with the dating. It's like, oh no, you didn't. Especially on the first episode. Oh my God, the first episodes they were like, you can't. You don't come up in my house. Yeah. You can't walk through my door. You better take that little heifer out the door with you. Like, it was just so like aggressive.
I have a question for you, for the both of you.
Yes.
What's some great advice that an elder in the family or a good friend has given you along the way, just in life, to deal with relationships?
My grandmother always used to tell me to first ask God for I wanna actually quote it verbatim.
Her grandmother told her don't date nobody that eat liquor.
That is not what she.
That's what she said?
That is not what my grandmother said. She said, ask God for patience beyond understanding, first of all.
I've heard that before.
And she also said that if God can forgive you, what makes you feel like you're a bigger person than to forgive the person that hurt you, than not forgive the person you hurt you. So I try to live with that.
It's hard.
But it's hard.
But you see how these sayings make us, right?
Yeah.
You see how these sayings make us? And these people were products of, it ain't gonna get you deep, but slavery and all the different things. These people, it's like these people were just so strong in their spirit, in their character, where we just don't even measure up to that. Like, we break and fail and fall short, and we just feel like we really like spoiled society of people. We think that all our needs should be met. These people didn't even have socks with shoes, or good soles, or you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have nothing. They still had love, but they still had something. I think once we start getting that money, them degrees, them accolades, them plaques and shit, it would be like, shit, I did all this. Somebody gonna respect me. You almost start feeling like a young OG. Like a veteran. Like, you come in the job, you automatically got seniority. You're like, nah, I need my off days.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But hold on, for you, what type of advice did you get?
I can't really, man. I don't really know, bro. I know that.
So what type of good advice would you give? Would you tell a young guy, 21, 19, and wanting to commit to a woman?
Just be patient. That's something that I've, a few men in my life have told me. That's probably the main thing is just be patient. That's probably the only thing I would actually, preach to a young man in
patience,
a relationship.
Because young people don't have no patience.
Yeah.
But
good shit.
Do y'all have anywhere to be? Can we hold y'all? Okay, we're gonna hold y'all a little longer. We have a next segment called a lit conversation.
Okay.
So we're gonna ask a question, and we want everybody to just put their little opinion in on it. We are going to play the next song of the evening. It is called Self Motivation by Ashton Martin.
We lit.
Look, all of my issues is rooted back to my Then with my savior, it's going slower than die love. Popping in this pool of liquor, liquor's drowning my liver. Popping these down, it's got me feeling like I need prescriptions. But I be a fool to ever think that can't help me out. It's only 3 people that can do it. That's me, myself, and I. Cause self-motivation is the best motivation. See the rest motivation, I get less motivated. Need that self-motivation. Yeah, I need that self-motivation. Yeah, hey, cause self-motivation is the best motivation. See the rest motivation, I get less motivated. Need that self-motivation. Yeah, I need that self-motivation.
Deliver motivation through these lines that a nigga spit through. When time outweigh all the grind, I bet it hit you. Gatekeepers block, holding doors that you can't get through. On top they your dog at the bottom, I bet they bite you. Climbing all these mountains on this journey, scared of heights too. Put on for my niggas when I'm straight, I get them right too. Shock them up like right you, they shaking up, we bake them up. Niggas walk around like two-faced, don't hold your face to us. It's me, myself, and I. Told my fam put their faith in us. Going for the sweet like broomsticks, Felice, we raking up. Acrophobia flow, my shit is tip-top. The glitches and pauses may hit me, but I bet don't shit stop. We miss not, shoot with aim, hit by a bullet, I pierce the pain. Change the game, raise up the waters, ignite the flame. Ignite the change, once happy, now homie hate himself. Remember hooping at 10, now he done killed himself. When you broke with no money, that man can't ask for help. Yeah. I'm trying to save myself. Yeah. I'm trying to motivate. I'm trying to save myself. Yeah.
Cause self-motivation is the best motivation. See the rest motivation, I get less motivated. Need that self-motivation. Yeah, I need that self-motivation. Yeah, hey, cause self-motivation is the best motivation. See the rest motivation, I get less motivated. Need that self-motivation. Yeah, I need that self-motivation. Yeah. Better get up, get out, and get something. Nobody gon' give it to you, but that rent coming. It's the first of the month. You spent your first on the blunt, now it won't last to the end. I put my work in the front, that's why I last to the end. Spending no fashion and trend, man, we be laughing at them. That income tax coming in, can't tell what half of it went. But I understand I was a chick once too. Waiting in line for some J's, spending big bucks too. Feeling like Timbuktu. Once all them trees that were gone, spend my financial wage, check on some weed and some clothes. Thinking back in the days, I thought I needed my bros. I get lost in this way, see all I needed was hoes. Till I found out everything that I needed was inside me. Stuck on like a stain in my vein, like an ivy. Falling on my face was just a part of the phase. It's a different from those who make it and just follow the wave. Cause self-motivation is the best motivation. See the rest motivation, I get less motivated. Need that self-motivation. Yeah, I need that self-motivation. Yeah, hey, cause self-motivation is the best motivation. See the rest motivation, I get less motivated. Need that self-motivation. Yeah, I need that self-motivation. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was lit. Shout out to Aston Martin.
Yes,
A&E.
Asher Martin self-motivation. All right, so
Go on.
the lit topic of the evening is dating outside of your race. Since y'all are on a show where you're, technically supposed to date other people to make sure that you're supposed to be with the person you love, how for or against are you on dating outside of your race?
Starting with me.
We're gonna start with Duke.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead. First.
I'm not against it, but I just love women of color so much, so I don't even go down certain avenues. I don't even turn down that street. But I'm not against it. I think other race of women are pretty fucking fly. I see them. They look good. Mm-hmm. I see that there's a whole new breed of Caucasian women now. I don't know what part of Caucasus Mountains that they got it from. But they different. They not like how they was in the 90s or any year before then. Something about the 2000s. It's like ever since the Thong song came on, the white women were different. It's like all of them come from Brazil.
Yeah, really.
You know what I'm saying? For real. All of them are volleyball players, or all of them are softball players. They got them.
That waist trainer changes lives.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But no, it's just I think they eat a lot of fried chicken. I think they eat a lot of churches. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fall out of boxes going on. I think you could buy you a brand new new model Karen somewhere at a Karen store.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, I just love women of color, particularly black women, and that could be from the motherland or that could be from, right the fuck up in Decatur. You know what I'm saying? Up the street. So it doesn't matter. This woman of color just always were attractive to me. I see my mother and my grandmother and, my aunties and things like that in them. So, that's the first attraction for me. But I wouldn't, rule somebody else out. And I can see as I get older how being open to more races or other races, that door opens a little bit more. You just become more understanding and, you just grow and you just change out of your stubbornness. So, but right now, I love black women right now.
Yeah, definitely.
They're awesome.
Kaleb, would you date outside?
Tap in, Kaleb. Tap in.
Tap in.
I actually would, and it's actually funny you brought this up because this has been a topic in my life recently.
Where you going with? What direction you going?
I can't do white women.
Okay, you just can't do.
Can't do it.
Won't do.
Is
Will not.
Is that like one of those things where how sometimes your family say don't bring no white women up in my house?
Nah, like for me personally, like every time I get around like white girls, I just get that fear like
they don't set you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It ain't safe. It ain't safe.
Yeah.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you on that.
And then but then on top of that, like, I done been in situations where I've been with white people, and certain conversations get brought up, or their true feelings come out with her, and a lot of
when
times
they get comfortable, they get real.
Yeah, and a lot of times, don't get me wrong, some of them do be ignorant, and some of them just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for me, like if I was to have kids, just to have that disparity of like, your daddy black, your mama white, and you just your black family act like this, but then your white family act like this. Like for a kid, that's confusing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's not lying though.
For me personally, like if I was to date outside my race, for me, I like Hispanic and Latino women. And I feel like their culture is kind of more closer to ours than everybody else. I can't do Asian women. Just can't do
You know
it.
what? I was going to say that too. I look at it and I'll be like, I've seen a woman from Laos that looked good back in the day. And I'm like, oh, wow.
Not Laos.
You know what I'm saying?
I lived in Japan for 2 years, and a lot of brothers that was over there with me was wifing Japanese women up left and right.
Say that's a black man's treasure.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. Like, Japanese women and a lot of women that's outside the United States, I see why they get married. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why they get wifed up.
Right.
Because they go to, like, the extreme to make sure you are taken care of. Like, they would, like, not literally, but they would lick the lint from in between your toes type junk. Like,
that's interesting because when I was young, man, my father, he was in, I come from military background. So, the Swabies, they would all, I would see my dad's friends, like they'll go overseas for 6 months or whatever. Then these niggas would come back with a lady, like a wife, like they all of a sudden married, and it'll be like this, I don't know,
foreign
Japanese or whatever lady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She probably barely even speak English, and I just always be like, what the, like where you meet this lady at? Like, you know what I mean?
This random, married this random.
They be bringing them from over there, and they take care of them. They wait on them hand and foot. So I think that's part of the reason why they, especially I don't think they know any better than.
Well, but it's also in their culture though. Like
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've lived amongst Ethiopians and Somalians. I used to live in Clarkston. You know what I'm saying? I cut a lot of Nigerians. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jamaicans or whatnot, they just about making sure they're men because their men are normally the breadwinner. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the financial source. So you got to make sure his mental level is right, his physical level is right, and all his needs is met. And then in return, he does that for you. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So I think in America, we just like women just have sketched out her place in society far beyond just making sure you're comfortable. So there's going to be some things she's going to fall back on naturally because she's taking on a load that was not natural at one point. Natural, yeah. So then you're going to have to then come in and do some more homework with the kids and do some laundry and do some domestic work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She may work a little longer hours and things like that, which I like that. Mm-hmm. I think when a lot of times when men go for that, and I'm not knocking it, that's what you want to do. I think but when you do that, don't make it be a double-edged sword like you dissing the American woman. Yeah. Like what they have to bring to the table isn't of value. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because I've been around those women like for real. Like they bring their sons in, they don't have no say, and that seems like I don't want a woman not to have a say.
Oh yeah, no.
if you're not gonna have a say, I'm probably gonna cheat on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna have to.
You gonna walk all over.
Because you don't gotta say, like, you just there for my sexual pleasures, my laundry being folded perfectly, my food being on time. That's not fair. Yeah. Like, you're a worker, be at home. Then you don't even have a life. You don't go nowhere.
You're right, because you got to tend to the children.
That's not fair. You see what I'm saying? So, I definitely, respect people who do it, but I love a good old-fashioned round-the-way girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, had this not been the perfect situation for you, would you date outside your race, or have you dated outside your race prior?
I'm from San Diego, California.
San Diego now?
It's not discrimination bone in my body, but it when I was younger, give me that white girl. When I was younger, you know what I mean, growing up.
What made you phase out of that?
I don't know. I just kind of just grew out of. My eyes just started focusing on
he
black
started seeing
women
some
more,
color.
And
because San Diego is very, very.
Well, first, how long have you been in Atlanta?
Diverse. I've been in Atlanta since officially 06.
That's probably what happened.
So,
around 07, 08.
He
was like, shit.
No, even before that, I just was, I don't know, man. I just had a different mindset on the woman I wanted to actually be with, and not just want to have fun with. Because I've been with Asian, I've been with everything. It's
don't.
I'm messing with you.
Well, it was on the tongue to say, I've been with many of you. I've been with a lot.
She know all words. She know all
You had to dull it down a little bit. I don't want to seem like a man whore, but
nah. I've shared a lot of my past with Tamika. She knows. So but
it's too much. It's too much. Like, when you're trying to be real and be open, it's too much. Do y'all really want to know everything?
I think it depends on the person and if they're ready for everything. Like, I think we as women, we want to know everything, but being prepared to know everything is a different thing to talk about.
But even your woman, like, you want me to hit you for some shit. You want me to... I ain't watched the show yet, so when you say you moved your arm, I know some shit you be like, the fuck? You gotta be cool. You drinking. Like, this motherfucker just told me this. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. I don't process. She just told me this. You know what? Dude, we gotta use the bathroom. Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
But there's information we talk about, like this last episode, or with the one with the fellas or whatever. We talk about threesomes and just we tap into a lot of different things.
That threesome thing is crazy, just generally in society, but especially in Atlanta.
Yeah,
it's crazy in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Because Atlanta it just has that whore vibe. You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of people came here committed 7, 8, 9, 15 years in relationships, and they're not together no more.
Yeah.
Especially when you come from small towns. You know what I'm saying?
When you get open to a whole new world.
And those two people felt like they were the best they ever seen, and then got to Atlanta and was like,
I tapped out too early.
As soon as you got off Delta, off the Greyhound,
like
Atlanta fucks you up.
That's how you were when you came to Atlanta, huh?
It's like every girl got ass.
How'd you come? You came by? You drove? You come by plane or you come by bus?
No, I shoot, man. I was on a journey that year. I went from San Diego to Virginia. Stayed with my father for a little while. And then I ended up in Atlanta.
How'd you get to Atlanta physically? Plane? Drove?
No, bro. Did I take the Greyhound here from
telekinesis, nigga? How'd you get here?
I think I took the Greyhound.
Now, when you got off Greyhound, because I took the Greyhound. Now, the reason why I said
that, I took Greyhound from.
So when you get off Greyhound, what's the first thing you see?
Magic City.
That is fucking, that right there. No city has that.
I have been on the Greyhound many times, and Magic City has not influenced me
at all.
But y'all are women, though. Think about a young man. You come in. I came in 05, me and my cousin. We I think we get to Alabama, and they say the next stop is Atlanta. And they like, so I called my cousin and said, yo, we in Alabama. He said, all right, I know exactly how long you going to take to get here. We get out, my cousin waiting in the 89 Acura Legend 2, though. That I wound up buying weeks later. But anyway, I get out, and as soon as the bus passed, I see Magic City. I'm like, fuck.
Because the bus is facing.
Yep.
Yeah, so when you get off this way. And then you got the Greyhound right there. But when the bus passes and you just turn around just to look around and survey your area, you're like, wow. That's the shit Jeezy talking about?
No, we're not. Okay.
I cannot.
So moving to you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone, or have you dated outside your race? Had this not been the situation for you?
Yes, I've dated outside my race maybe once or twice, because growing up I went to a predominantly white high school, predominantly white elementary school. It wasn't until college where I was literally surrounded by a bunch of people who look like me. So I definitely have dated outside of my race, but I don't really have an issue with people who do. It's just shut the hell up about black women. Like, if you don't want to date a black woman, you want to date outside your race, then just do that. You don't have to talk shit about us to justify why you're dating somebody else. That's the only issue I have with people who do that. But
so for you growing up like that, did you come into a lot of issues within yourself, just not being able to connect with people like yourself, or just the image in school, or even just dating, throughout middle school, high school, stuff like that? Did you want to date more young black men and just didn't have the options?
Well, I didn't really date that much when I was in school, but I remember I dated this one little guy. I was at McDonald's. No, I was working at McDonald's, and he happened to be a white guy, and we were talking or whatever.
That's how the white people get you while you're at work.
So it wasn't anybody that I dated in high school or anything. It was more so outside of school, at work.
So how is it dating a white guy in comparison to dating a brother? What's the contrast?
They're more romantic. No, I'm joking. I don't know.
I mean, you know what? I feel like at the end of the day, a guy's gonna be a guy regardless of the skin color. But I will say this particular guy, he was just trying too hard to be, I guess, down, as he would say. And it was like, you don't have to try so hard. I get that we're not the same. We didn't come from the same background. Like, you don't have to keep trying so hard to just fit in or be cool, as you would say. But I did notice a lot of people staring whenever we were going anywhere. So that was something that I wasn't used to, because I'm so used to dating black guys. So when I started dating him, it was kind of like, well, I didn't date that many guys, but when I did, I wasn't used to those
because I just told him he had a good one.
Yeah.
I want to stand on that.
But it was different. I never met the family. We didn't get that far, because I was probably 17 at the time, 18 maybe. I don't even remember, but 16, excuse me. So it wasn't anything too serious for me.
That's crazy. I've never dated a white woman, but I've been around, white people hanging out with them, and I've dealt with white women before, and it was just like, when I watch them, I don't even like really how they interact. Really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like the guys would do stuff that I was just like, hitting each other in the nuts, and like this at 16, 17. I'm like, why are y'all doing this? This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was just too wild for me. Like, it was ridiculously wild. I was used to thug niggas. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, these guys just get wild if your feet don't move or they shoot dice.
Yeah. but that was college for me. But I would say when I did date the last white woman I was in a relationship with, she was white as hell. She was a white girl. Like, she was, what I'm saying?
Like, Caucasian.
She was like almost blonde, but not blonde, and I don't even like that shit. Okay. Like, I don't. If she's blonde, blue eyes, like, I don't.
That's too
I
white.
think that's just
that's
like,
pure white. That's right rice.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I don't even do that. But the issues were she just didn't get it.
Yeah,
like,
she
just didn't understand.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and she would act like it and try, and it would just not. It wouldn't.
It don't compute. Some people just don't compute.
So
I think for me, I have dated outside of my race, but oddly enough, it was on accident. Because like you, I was working or whatever, and I was working at a Target. And I was cashier at the Target, and I'm ringing people up or whatever, and he came through my line, and at first I thought he was joking, because, he was like, I'm interested in you, I like you, I want to take you out. And I think, for some reason, I don't know why my mind computes, when people say they want to take me out, I think everybody is joking at first. Like, so I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. Like, I never take that first, I want to take you out seriously. So, I was like, okay, whatever. It's a line. Move on, carry on. So he came back to the store, and I was still in my same, like, oh, okay, yeah, I hear you. You think I'm cute? That's great, wonderful. All right, next. Like, I'm still in that same, like, okay, yeah, we get it. We got it. I'm cute. Okay, cool. And then he came in the store with a huge bear, balloons, and a card, and like he just came in with this over exaggerate, like, okay, you're not hearing me, I like you. Like he came in like it was like Valentine's Day. Like, you know how I'm saying when you're in high school and they bring all the extra stuff just in Valentine's, flowers and all that stuff. And he came through my line. So first I was super embarrassed. I was like, I don't even know you. Why would you do this? Like, oh my God. And then I felt bad because all the cashiers around me like, oh my God, he's so sweet. Like, you at least owe him one date. Like, you should go on one date with him. So I was like, okay, fine. All right, fine. Just take all this stuff and I'll go on a date with you. Just whatever it takes for you to get all this stuff out of here, I'll go on a date with you. So I went out or whatever. And it was an interesting enough time to make me realize that I probably wouldn't work well with a white guy. Mm-hmm. Because, one, his mom was like super happy. Our first date was to the mall, and they just was like, well, what do you want? You want to buy stuff? Like the only people that I'm okay with getting me stuff is my parents. Mm-hmm. So like when other people try to give me stuff, I'm like, wait a minute, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. But so they were like, you want stuff? You want to go eat? You want to go do this? Like, what do you want to do? You want this? Like anything and everything I want to do. I probably could have said, I want you to buy me a car, and I felt like they would have bought me a car that day. Like that's how like open they were to pleasing me. And then when I went, they picked me up, so we had to stop by their house. Their dad was like super, like he had that super I'm racist energy. Like he wasn't mean or rude to me, but you could tell he was like, I don't know what my wife and son is doing, but this ain't it.
Yeah, man.
And I realized in that moment that it's probably always gonna be like that. Yeah. And I don't think I'm strong enough with my mouth and who I am and my openness to be okay with that all the time, because I'm gonna say something rude to somebody's family member. Yeah. And I don't want to be in a space like that.
Yeah, I feel you on that. And it's always that thought, like, it's like, what's everybody thinking? Like when you walk into the party with a white girl, right? Like I ain't doing it.
Well, I know for me, I just don't have enough filter to not. And then my family is just so loose. Like if I brought a white woman home. The same grandmother that said you have a forgiving heart, she loose with the mouth. Like she'll come in and she'll be like, my grandma would be like, so who is the white woman for? Right. In front of the white woman. She won't wait till she go in the other room. You know what I'm saying? Who owns this one? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you know she'll say something fly, and my uncles will say something, and it'd be funny, but
it'd be like on the movie. They'd be like, "Oh, what are we getting our taxes done?" Like,
for real. What is that? You know what I'm saying? And everybody be taking jabs, and it's like, how long can she take that? Yeah. You know, who is she? What is she made of?
Before it starts.
Because then she's gonna come to me. She's gonna want me to check them. Well, you should say, let them know. I was like, man, that's my family. That's how we do. I do the shit. I got a cousin right now. I got a cousin. I got a client. I got a partner in Vegas. They all got white women. Like, for real, no bullshit. They all got white women. And I'm cool with them. Like, it's all good. Yeah. But I fuck with them because they deal with white women like shit. Like, she's pure white, bro. I don't care how much sauce you put over the rice. That's white rice. You know what I'm saying? She gonna do some white shit. Yeah. And when it come out, it infuriates the black guys.
Your mom said, watch the movie Get Out.
I've seen it, Mom. I've seen the movie. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, you know, white people just loving what God give us naturally. Yeah. And they just can't figure out what they got to do to tap into that gift. And it's not nothing to tap into. It's just what comes with us. You know what I'm saying? I think you tapped into the best gift that you could have, and that's enslaving us. But that's over with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you got to figure something else out. And that's the thing with Caucasians. They're like, what the fuck else can we do outside of ruling shit? You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna knock them. You know, some of them are very awesome people. You know, honestly. But it just as far as dealing with them, I think the culture thing is such a difference. Unless you get a white person that was just raised around ethnic people, they have a better understanding. They're still gonna be real Caucasian, but they have a better understanding of how to mix that, you know, that culture because they just understand it. You know what I'm saying? So,
my goodness. Well, thank y'all so much for coming in. We're not going to hold y'all hostage for any longer. Thank y'all for sharing your story. Yeah, we're going to get him caught up on the episodes. I'm going to get up on the 5th episode. We're going to get caught up on the show. And I want to invite to the wedding. You know how people, I'm going to be that person that when
we
y'all.
We don't even know if we together still.
So y'all still in the limbo section?
No, I feel like you're supposed to put that energy. Like I want this to happen. Well, okay, so if You put a ring on it. Go ahead and invite me to the wedding. I'm gonna go ahead and get my dress
don't listen
ready.
to that. Don't listen to that foolishness. She said they together.
I mean, there's no ring on my finger, so.
Well, the show ain't ended yet.
Besides this one.
Listen.
The show
But
ain't
it's
ended
still
yet.
Listen. The show name put a ring on it. Our life say shit. We got shit to do.
Okay.
We gonna see. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah, watch the show.
Stay tuned to the show. We don't know what's gonna happen, but if y'all see me buying a dress for a wedding, y'all already know. But anyway, we're gonna play the next
Plus
song.
one.
Then I'll bring him. He'll be my plus one. We're gonna play the next song. It is by J Slim called Trap Shit.
We lit.
They actually want to film the
Money with the whip, money with the whip, money.
Cold nights, murder ball window, serving through the curtain, having barricade the door. Got a long line, a J's at the door. Cold steady passing, and I hope it ain't them fold. Money coming in, if they hit, I can't hide. Had to trust the dope until the ride till they count it. 24/7, we don't close and down with it. Wipe a nigga nose, or I think a nigga playing with me. Real partners dead, they'll never be the same with me. You ain't really down, you don't hustle, you don't hang with me. I don't claim gang, so nigga, you can't bang with me. New Bentley, 100 bands on me. But nigga ain't nothing, I got equity. Bought some new land for the fam and the feed. She a bad bitch, make a nigga won't eat. If she bought a hustle, I might put her on her feet. Fuck some red bottoms, I got G-Nikes on my feet. Same thing get filled with a strap on me. I'm a real dope boy, I had to go and get me. All I ever did was me, that's why they talk about my nigga be playing. I'm really kissing planes in a whole nother lane, so ain't no need for me saying. Really been had the game, my little brothers, they bout to kill it. And if a nigga want it, put his brains in a skillet.
Forever banging, nigga, fuck what you be talking about. You disrespect the gang, I punch you in your fucking mouth. I call a shooter up the cutter, we gon' bang it out. We caught him landing up the static, we gon' bang it out. I pop a nigga like a pill, that's what I'm on. Come out the window doing the drill with my chains on. I got these phasers on my feet, not no rough lawns. And bitch, you smoking on them off, this shit so strong. The streets talking, say we wanted by the feds. I say that I was wanted dead. And bitch, we busting at his head. Send him shot, bop, bop. We hit his head. We bout to drill shit. Pop a pill, we bout to kill shit. Fuck a nigga, we bout to kill shit. Got on spazzing on the beat, nigga, that's that drill shit. In the kitchen cooking Will Smith. I got my shorty on the block with the Smitty bitch. And the glizzy shit. The glizzy came with a long dick. Money with the whip, money with the and you gon' feel that shit. TBB, that be the gang, bitch.
Come on, yeah, it's action.
And we're back up in this piece.
And this bitch.
In this piece. Oh my goodness.
That was a cute little couple right there. Huh?
They are. Y'all put all the prayer warriors get together so I can go to a wedding. I love going to weddings. So I want to go and see that live in action because they are a really cute couple. Now it is time for our final segment of the evening. Duke, what's on your mind?
Since we had the cute little couple came in, you know what I'm saying? I think that was awesome. I love that. You know, I would just say, y'all go out here and find you someone. You know, find someone that you care about. Find someone that holds you accountable, and find someone that you don't mind being held accountable for. You know, sometimes you just gotta buy a huge bear and balloons and just show up on some, obnoxious shit just to make a point. You know, regardless if that's going to get you to win in the long run, it's going to teach you something. It's going to teach you something about the pursuit of the woman that you're interested in. And you know, I had opportunity to get to know someone, and you know, then I took the opportunity to really kind of indulge a little bit with the person, and over the course of what, less than a year or so, maybe a year, I don't know, give or take. Just time. Once the time set in, I was able to find out that I had, more than just, intimate person I can, have those moments with, or, I had someone that I can just call and just kind of vent to, just really had a friend. I realized, damn, I was like, man, I have a friend here. And that's important, when going out and finding someone that's going to hold you accountable, somebody that you don't mind being held accountable for. It's just a beautiful thing, and it is a lot of growth, like you heard early in the show with this couple here, Vince and Tamika, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just growth, and then with that, just kind of just wrapping up, if you really didn't catch everything, don't let nobody just come in and plant seeds, into your mix, because, people just don't wish you, good. People have ill will to your success. And, you sometimes can be a direct reflection of their failures, so I feel like I'm a good friend, but I'm not friendly, and I'm definitely not the type of person that you could come and tell me, say like if I'm dating Toni, somebody comes to man, Toni did such and such, boop, what the bam. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And if we and Toni dating and somebody come here, well, Duke, well, let me show you the screenshots of whoop the bot the whoop. Okay. But when you can be transparent and have an open conversation, and then that person can tell you who they are, before you met them, where they're trying to go in this process of why you're getting to know them, and then they allow you to implement your way into help grooming, and kind of, playing pottery with their mind, with their emotions, like he said earlier, Vince, when she came in my life, I was able to set goals and achieve them, and she didn't look at him and say, oh, you ain't no goal setting guy, because I'm a gold digger. I laid the guy with goals, and I need a guy going, so well, you ain't going nowhere. You just out here clubbing and but he didn't really know how to do it, possibly. You know what I'm saying? So she stepped in and held him accountable. He allowed her to come into his life, and he went into her life, in just in that sense, and being okay with, being accountable to certain things, and which led him here. Like, he really wants what he wants. He wants this woman that walks with him hand in hand. And that's a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful thing. Love is not, corny, fellas. Even though sometimes we be feeling like it, the lovey-dovey shit. But it's cool. It's cool to have that sitcom daddy love, and a lot of times growing up, I didn't see that. I saw men in the house, grandfathers, uncles, my dad, my stepdad, but it wasn't sitcom-like. I watched Boy Meets World. It definitely wasn't like that.
It wasn't no Full House. It wasn't no Danny Tanner.
Nah, it wasn't a Full House.
Or it wasn't.
But
the
it wasn't Cosby. It wasn't Full House, and it wasn't Ed O'Neill, Love in the Marriage. It wasn't that.
It wasn't My Wife and Kids. Cause they're hilarious.
It was, cause
it was Bernie Mac.
It probably would have been a little bit of that with a little Good Times with some James Evans. Cause my stepdad, when we were younger, he was not as James Evans-esque. But as he got older, I don't know, something happened in that change in that late 90s, 2000. And he just got pissed. He just could not be unpissed. He just, something happened. And I know something happened to him in his life. Maybe he didn't feel like he achieved what he wanted to achieve up there at a certain point. He just felt like, man, fuck, nothing, no matter. I don't know. But, and even through that, like we said earlier, sometimes your upbringing and those things can groom you. And it groomed me up in a bit. But, God blessed me with a great friend, somebody who loves me, somebody who, cares for me, somebody who looks out for me. And I'm appreciative, that, he allowed me to start a radio show and put a post out, and then one person answer the post and say, hey, I'm interested in the vision that you have. We sit down, we make a business out of it, now 2.5 years in, and I mean, legit business and profiting from it. And, and it's just awesome to find a great friend, and then allow that to develop into a love relationship. And, I'm just thankful, that God allowed me to have a Toni Dominique on my team. So that's pretty fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what y'all doing, But you know, her inbox is closed, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. You think I get tired of her showing me Duke? Yeah, look at your friend. Yeah, look at your friend. See, your friend. See, I'll be like, well, they probably don't know. You know. So, you know, if you're watching the show, if you stay tuned and you know what we do here, you know, you might know, you might get the hint, you might hit a word. You know, maybe I need to put a MCM or some shit. I don't know, but that's kind of how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Find you somebody, get you somebody. You know, love is a good thing, and you know, this the Lit Network shit. I'm Duke Desdoom,
and this is your girl Toni Dominique. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in. It has been a great experience. It has been, I hope y'all, you know, at least tune into the show. It is actually a great show. And if nothing else, if you're in a relationship, the doctor does give some good points that, you know, you don't even have to be on the show to pull into yourself. But remember to always, today, tomorrow, and forever, stay living in today's time because
we lit!
It's lit, it's lit. Yeah, ayy, yeah, it's lit, it's lit, it's lit. And like it ain't lit, L.I.T.T, L.I.T.T. And like it ain't lit, yeah, it's lit, it's lit, it's lit, it's lit. And like it ain't lit, L.I.T.T, L.I.T.T. And like it ain't lit, yeah, we 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 lit, it's lit. Cut the radio up, grab the phone when the live on. This the latest station in the nation, get your mind blown. Monday from 9/11, causing hectic 9/11. You ain't heard about from word of mouth. Come here, let me tell you. Got Toni on the mic, good celebrity at ATL, and we got Duke plus my dog Omar as well. It's a lituation every time you cut the station on. It's the Lit Network here, but we taking off.